themselves. They're standing by Trump despite the fact that he insulted them a few days ago. I want you to take a look at this video and see how they justify the comments of Donald Trump and why they still say they'll vote for him in November. This video is courtesy of NBC News and YouTube. Check it out for yourself.
Started to reconsider their support for President Biden. But Trump's comments
Give me
on
one,
Friday at the Black Conservative.
give me 1 second to increase this volume here. Let's set it up. So I want you all to decide for yourself what the black conservatives are talking about here.
Former President Trump has been courting black voters, some of whom have started to reconsider their support for President Biden. But Trump's comments on Friday at the Black Conservative Federation Gala in South Carolina is leading to controversy, with some calling the remarks racist. Take a listen.
And a lot of people said that that's why the black people like me, because they have been hurt so badly and discriminated against. And they actually viewed me as I'm being discriminated against. It's been pretty amazing, but it possibly, I don't know, maybe there's something there.
That was said in front of hundreds of black conservatives. What was their reaction? We're joined now by 4 black Republicans who were all in the room. Abdul Ali, Operations Director at Frederick Douglass Foundation of North Carolina. Tia Bess, National Director of Engagement for Moms for Liberty. Kevin McGarry, co-founder of Every Black Life Matters. And Sharice Lane, a student at Florida A&M University. Thank you all so much for joining us. The Federation just responded saying in part, Black Americans are waking up to the reality that the Democratic Party has taken advantage of them, and the media and the party are terrified. Our community supports the policies of President Donald J. Trump and knows full well that life was better 4 years ago under his administration. No amount of media deception or liberal race baiting will sway the minds of black voters who will cast their ballots this November for safer streets, a better financial well-being, a secure border, and a complete rejection of Joe Biden's disastrous tenure. So you all were all there. A quick show of hands. Do you believe his comments were in any way racist? Nobody. Okay. Abdul, what were your thoughts that night when you heard these comments during the event?
It's about time that somebody started telling the truth. I mean, he's only speaking to what some black folks have experienced for a very long time, which is a disastrous justice systems in many cases. And ultimately, we can all see this playing out right in front of our very eyes. I wasn't offended or didn't feel like anything he said was racist in any way.
Former President Trump also made a statement about his mugshot taken as part of his Georgia case. Let's take a listen to that.
And you know who embraced it more than anybody else? The black population. It's incredible. You see black people walking around with my mugshot. You know, they do shirts and they sell them for $19 a piece.
Kevin, Tia, I want to bring you in here. Do you feel that that comment was in any way off color?
Not at all. I mean, the reality is that, we see a president that has been prosecuted and persecuted. And a lot of people in the community, especially in the black community, who have felt that there's multi-tiers of justice, are seeing that played out in front of their very eyes. And they're saying, yeah, I can relate to this guy. This guy is going through some things that either myself or my family have gone through. And this is a very relatable moment for a lot of people. So seeing this mugshot as a big, to the media and to the political pundits it's a big deal, and it really does resonate within the community.
Tia, want to get your comments there.
Well, no, I agree, especially coming from an education perspective. He didn't say, if you're not black if you don't vote for me. He was just stating the truth, and that's what sometimes we need to hear. For too long in politics, we've been lied to, and we need to hear the truth and have someone that we can relate to.
Me personally, I don't think that's necessarily relating to blackness, but I do think that a lot of black people have gone through the criminal justice system, and it has been unfair to them. And I think that's
Abdul, you've said that you focus more on Trump's policies than what he actually says, but as we saw when he was president, his words do have tremendous power, even fluctuating the stock market just minutes after he'd speak. Do you think that his words shouldn't matter?
His words absolutely do matter, and I'm less concerned with something said in jest, and I'm more concerned with the fact that we had a president who actually took on criminal justice reform with the First Step Act. And unlike the Biden administration and the Democrats, he set forth a platinum plan for Black economic empowerment, something we've seen nothing of the sort from the Democrats.
Kevin, your thoughts as far as, do you feel that there have been some policies in the past, well, while he was president for 4 years, that Black people benefited from?
Absolutely. And the number one policy, and the one policy I wish the mainstream media would cover, because it would give you a lot more credibility amongst your average folks, would be the policy that Joe Biden in his 1994 crime bill, when he says, look, we're going to get rid of these racial jungles, we're going to, basically target Black and brown communities for a little $5 piece of crack, going to send them to prison for 15 to life. And this has been going on. President Trump came in and saw the injustice that was perpetrated on the Black community, and especially it was targeted. And he said, no, we're going to dismantle this.
According to exit polling, former President Trump saw a 5% increase in the Black vote from 2016 to 2020. Tia, I want to bring you back in here. What do you think is driving this increase? What specific Trump policies do you feel have helped?
Well, I'm going to leave it right there. One thing I'm going to correct from the black guy who was just speaking, that crime bill that Biden initiated is still in effect. It's called the Three Strikes Law. So since he thinks that the policies of the Republicans are so great and wonderful, let's see what happens when they start affecting and hitting home. Remember the Willie Lynch letter, the Willie Lynch syndrome? It still exists. I'm Tyrone Bowman. Never surrender. Never quit.